Today you're going to learn about the causes and natural treatment for ulcerative colitis and how a patient was able to heal his gut and become free of both symptoms and medication. My name is Dr. Tom Rofrano from the Natural Medicine Clinic in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, and author of the FreeDiet. I've been blessed to have seen over 100,000 patient visits over the last 38 years, many of whom have gut and thyroid issues, and this patient was no exception. A 42-year-old man came in who had been diagnosed with ulcerative colitis 7 years prior after having bouts of bloody diarrhea. His GI doctor initially prescribed a biologic infusion, but he had a severe reaction and he ended up in the hospital. So then his doctor put him on prednisone for 6 months, along with morphine for a time because the pain was so severe. He was then prescribed another biologic infusion. He did that for 2 years. Finally, he went to a nutritionist and cleaned up his diet, took some supplements. He did pretty well for a while, and then he had a flare-up. So for the prior 2 years before he came in, was on another medication, an immunosuppressive drug. So he took those pills on a daily basis and some anti-inflammatory suppositories. So in spite of that, he still was having 7 to 8 bowel movements each morning that were bloody diarrhea. And other symptoms were fatigue and lack of focus and concentration. I did an initial evaluation that includes comprehensive lab testing, and I checked 5 main areas: deficiencies, toxins, food reactions, infections, and hormonal imbalance. So he had positive findings in all of these areas. And the most common root causes I see for chronic digestive issues like ulcerative colitis are, number one, food reactions. In his case, he had a gluten sensitivity with celiac genetics, and gluten sensitivity can lead to leaky gut, which he had, which then causes more food reactions. So he was sensitive to cow's milk, eggs, goat's milk, shellfish, and some other foods. And another common root cause I see are infections. And he had bacterial overgrowth of his intestines, candida yeast overgrowth, and a parasite called Blastocystis hominis. So besides food reactions and infections, he also had deficiencies. He had low levels of vitamin K, CoQ10, selenium, magnesium, B12, zinc, and other nutrients. And fourth, toxins. He had high mercury levels and high levels of pesticides, the herbicide glyphosate and BPA, which is a plastic compound. And number 5, under hormonal imbalance, he had adrenal dysfunction, so low levels of DHEA and high cortisol, so high stress hormone. And that, of course, can aggravate these ulcerative colitis and other health conditions. So that's why when people come in and say, oh, I tried gluten-free and that worked a little bit, but then it didn't really make a difference, so I went back to eating it. Well, that's because, like in this case, all right, you avoided gluten, but what about the cow's milk, the goat's milk, the eggs, the other foods you reacted to? What about the infections you're not dealing with, yeast, parasites, bacteria, and all the other things? So looking at a comprehensive view of all these areas and putting that all together is how you can get the best results. The next step is I put him on an anti-inflammatory diet and the proper supplements, and I will go over that shortly. So when he came in after 1 month, he had no more diarrhea, no more bleeding, more energy, and the following blood markers improved: his low glucose, his uric acid, ferritin, testosterone, DHEA, cortisol. He spoke to his GI doctor and his doctor weaned him off the medication. The following year, his GI doctor was so pleased with his progress, he put off his colonoscopy. And then at the 3-year point after coming in, he did a colonoscopy and his results were no sign of ulcerative colitis. So of course the patient was thrilled with that and he's continuing to feel good. So how we accomplished that was with the diet I call the FreeDiet. It's a diet I came up with years ago when I was discovering how to heal my own autoimmune Hashimoto's thyroid condition, rheumatoid arthritis, IBS, fatigue, skin, and other issues. I was able to get better. And I call it the FreeDiet because it's free of not only gluten, but gluten grains, sugar, yeast, dairy, eggs, soy legumes, nightshades, processed foods, all those foods most commonly responsible for inflammation, gut, thyroid, and other chronic health issues. And I'll put a link below and at the end of this video for a copy of the FreeDiet Phase 1 food chart that we would be happy to send you. And I gave him the proper supplements, which included what I call the Functional 5, multi-fish oil, vitamin D with K, magnesium, and a probiotic. Other gut supportive nutrients including GI Mend, gut immune repair, gastric zyme, yeast defeat, microbalance, and to help support healthy inflammation, curcumin. For adrenal support, we use DHEA and cortisol quencher. And for his nutritional deficiencies, selenium, B12, CoQ10, vitamin C, zinc, glutathione. And for his toxins, heavy metals, and other environmental toxins, we used Metal Cleanse to help support healthy detoxification. So with that, the free diet, the proper supplements, he was able to get better, heal his gut, feel the best he has in years. So whether you're dealing with ulcerative colitis or other chronic health condition, the body has an amazing ability to heal itself. If you find out the root causes and are provided the right solutions, I believe almost anyone can get better. So thanks for joining me today. I will put a video for the free diet here and the free diet phase 1 food chart below. Feel free to like and subscribe so more people can see this video, and I look forward to seeing you next time.